baby. It's fucking windy today. And that load doesn't look secured. But it's one hell of a day to be driving with a bunch of shit in your bed unproperly secured. It's definitely gonna fucking blow out. Being a day that ends in Y, I better not speed too much along this stretch. There's fucking always county mounties protecting their interests and serving citations along here, so I bet you within a couple of minutes here we'll fucking pass them. Wow. Must be like lunchtime or something, because usually they're sitting in this fucking intersection going both ways. Fucking radar and people that are coming up over that little bend, and then fucking radar and people that are coming from the direction that I'm going. That's fucking weird. It's pretty rare that you get a weekend day or even a fucking like weekday that there isn't a fucking cop sitting there. Well, that sucks. I decided to stop by work, and I was hoping that my fucking pay stub would be there and some hotel reimbursement check monies would be there from those courses I took a little bit ago. Basically, like for the corporation that I work for or the dealership or whatever, they have their own level of training. Like, you know, I'm a journeyman mechanic, so here in Canada, like that's as high up as you can get. That's kind of like your ASE master or whatever, except better. Sorry guys. And then like the corporation itself or the company has its own level of training. So I had to do that, and I had to front the hotel fees, and I decided to fucking come out here. And I was kind of hopeful that it would be there, but yeah, whatever. I guess on fucking Monday I'll grab it. I actually work just a town over from Calgary. It's about 30 kilometers west of the city, so I guess that'd be about what, 20 miles or so. I don't really mind the fucking commutes. Like, one thing people always ask, because they're always like, oh man, how do you fucking like that drive? And it's like, honestly, it's fucking, what the fuck? But yeah, anyways, honestly, it's fucking, I'm always going against traffic. So, like, that's fucking sweet, because everyone who lives out here fucking goes into Calgary. So, for me coming out here to work, I'm always going against traffic. And it always takes me between 25 and 30 minutes, sometimes in the summer, especially if I'm on a bike, it goes a lot fucking quicker. But in reality, a lot of people fucking have a pretty nasty fucking commute. Like, that's one thing that Calgary's really out of touch with. Like, when I talk to some people who are from other cities like Ottawa and fucking Toronto and shit like that, like, a fucking hour commute is like, this is life. Like, that's how it goes. And if you get over into like Europe, like, there's people who have a fucking hour-long train ride or even longer just to get to fucking work. So everybody out here is pretty babied. So when they get a 40-minute commute, they're like, fuck, I waste my life in fucking traffic. Like, oh, I need more time to spend with myself. And it's like, fuck. So for me, like, I hate sitting in traffic. I fucking despise traffic. I would rather do like an hour of driving than fucking 20 minutes of stop and go traffic. So, like, this drive is fucking perfect for me. Other than having to deal with the fucking county mounties on the highway, or the fucking sheriffs, whatever they want to fucking call them, and the occasional like retarded driver, I've really had no complaints about my fucking commute to work. Even in like the absolute worst winter storm, I never had a fucking problem. You know, like, I guess for people who've never driven on snow and ice, like, it can be a pretty fucking dangerous thing, and typically it's usually the fucking people around you that are the problem. It's not going to be you if you know what you're doing and you stay calm and stuff like that. So just keep that in mind if you're thinking of fucking moving somewhere that has snow and you've never dealt with it before. I know in the past I've fucking simply quit a job just because the fucking commute was nasty. I was working for this one performance shop and it was way on the other end of town, so it was like constant traffic all the fucking time, and it would just drive me up the wall. Because if I left my house at, like, let's say I had to be there for 8:30, if I left my house at 7:30, I was fucking late. If I left my house at 7:10, I was fucking like a half hour early, and that just drove me up the fucking wall. And traffic can be super hit and miss like that, and like that's just like then I look at that as I'm fucking wasting my time because I'm leaving way earlier just to end up fucking sitting there for a bunch of time using up data on my phone. So when I get a fucking commute like that, that makes me really unfucking happy real quick, and typically I start looking for another job. And that's just my luck. It's starting to rain. It's pretty light right now, but I got a feeling it'll probably fucking get heavier. So I'll probably start working my way home there, because I don't have any of my rain gear with me. Make sure you let me know in the comments below what your commute works like. You know, do you get stuck in traffic the whole time? Is it a kind of a smooth sailing like mine? You know, is it over an hour, under an hour? Do you fucking love it? Do you hate it? You know, because I've noticed that my fan base, or I guess not my fan base, but my fucking subscribers, they're kind of all over North America. So it'll be interesting to see what different parts of this fucking continent their traffic is like, and what their thoughts are on the commute. Like an hour and a half to someone on the fucking East Coast might fucking think that's pretty normal. You know, if you're in a city of millions of people, it's going to take you a long time to get to wherever the fuck you're going. If you're new to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button. And thanks for taking the time and tagging along, guys.